And I know one of the things that blocks us from that is our confusion around money. Yes. And when money isn't put in its proper place. See, I think money, as you said so well, is a byproduct of value. Those are your exact words. We could even say money follows value or money chases value. So money is a man-made efficient tool of exchange, right? That's what it is. It's just a man-made tool. It's an efficient way to exchange, so we don't have to use a barter system. It's a place where we store value for value created in the past and the current value, but it doesn't dictate our destiny or even reflect our potential of where we can go. Far too many people use it as an excuse or a limitation. Money and time are two of the biggest excuses people have. But again, those are only excuses when you're either not clear enough about a compelling vision, you're not living a life based upon your sole purpose, or simply you're trying to avoid or trade something that you don't like. That's when we get in the trap.
And it really is, when them play, identify what winning even looks like first and foremost, right? Like, what's the first step? Is it identification of the win and then moving forward to actually playing the game and the winning in the work?
To win is to know and live our sole purpose. SOUL. Sole purpose is to know our values, which is our script for how we operate, combined with our passions and abilities for the highest context of our living, which is vision. See, sole purpose isn't formulaic. That's great for copying systems and processes, but it limits our individuality and our self-expression. So the key is to listen to who you are, to listen to your intuition, to be in nature, to find those quiet moments where you can ask yourself, what do I want? And when you create a vision that's so compelling, and all you have to do to create a vision is be willing to speak it into existence, even if you don't feel like you have the resources or bandwidth to realize it at that time. See, when you're play not to lose or play to win, then usually we think we have limitations around time, money, or resources. And those are only limitations when we try to do too much alone. When we try to do too much ourselves, we get trapped in a losing game. But when we have a vision that's compelling, it allows for other people's abilities and resources to support us as well. So this is the key. Vision is the win, right? Vision is the win. Value is the way. Dollars are the byproduct of that value, and prosperity becomes our state of being.
Man, love that. I mean, it's so true. Just making your mindset understand that the value that you provide to a customer is truly what matters most, and the money that comes from it is the byproduct. That was such a mindset paradigm shifter for me, just as an entrepreneur. I did it for the wrong reasons early on, like many others, like profit and success.
I did too. Yeah. And who defines success? Who defines it?
Yeah, no, it's so true. Like what I created for myself with the profit and success was not my definition of success. It was society's. And I think that's what happens all too often. And, that's what really sent me on this journey of being happy every day within the hustle. And I know the happy hustlers out there equally so. And it's just so important to remember, you have to get clear. Like we're talking archery. I know you're, a bow hunter, as am I. And you're never going to hit the target if you don't know what the hell the target is, So right. But a lot of people go out there hunting every day, hustling every day, but they don't know what the hell they're hustling for, And so I just think having that vision clear first and foremost, then figuring out what value that you can truly provide to the people that you want to serve, then get the byproduct of money as a consequence. It's that order.
Yeah. And vision is not a goal or an objective. Vision is the container in which we live into. It tells our brain what's important and what to pay attention to. We have to create a vision bigger than our problems and beyond our current reach for that to come to fruition. Otherwise, if it's like, I want to save a certain amount of money, or I want to run that's a goal, right? But a vision is context for our entire life. And for my vision is to plant a seed of hope, connection, and expression in the hearts of 1 billion people on the planet through entertainment. And so that they're inspired with that seed and say, what do they want to do? How do they want to live? And I know one of the things that blocks us from that is our confusion around money. And when
Yes.
money isn't put in its proper place. See, I think money, as you said so well, is a byproduct of value. Those are your exact words. We could even say money follows value or money chases value. So money is a man-made efficient tool of exchange, right? That's what it is. It's just a man-made tool. It's an efficient way to exchange, so we don't have to use a barter system. It's a place where we store value for value created in the past and the current value, but it doesn't dictate our destiny or even reflect our potential of where we can go. Far too many people use it as an excuse or a limitation. Money and time are two of the biggest excuses people have. But again, those are only excuses when you're either not clear enough about a compelling vision, you're not living a life based upon your sole purpose, or simply you're trying to avoid or trade something that you don't like. That's when we get in the trap, because when people tell me, oh, I just want to be out of debt. Well, that's a technique, or that's a strategy that you could use to remove that. But then what? Like if money is not a primary reason or concern for why you do or don't do something, you're free, you win. But what we want people to consider here is, if money weren't an issue, you had an unlimited checking account, what would you choose to do with your day? And if someone says nothing, it's because they've been exhausted doing the wrong things. And if someone says something different than what we're currently doing, they're not living their purpose or vision to the full degree. And typically they'll say, well, it's because I need to have the money first. But that's not actually true, because I didn't come from money and I had to be really resourceful, right, to get there. And what I have now isn't where I started from. I started from, my parents loved me. They took good care of me. Not everybody even has that kind of a situation. So I think a lot of times we're limited by our childhood wounds, and those childhood wounds dictate what money persona we are and the scarcity that we live into. But if we can opt out, have the awareness of scarcity, and choose abundance, it doesn't mean that everything goes perfectly according to plan or always go our way. But what it means is we use love, faith, and hope. We use human ingenuity and innovation. We use value creation and vision instead of fear, doubt, and worry that scarcity brings us to. And when people spend most of their time in complaining rather than creating, they get stuck and vision becomes elusive.
I mean, amen again to that, brother. It's definitely something I think all the happy hustlers need to just do a quick gut check. Like, are you operating from scarcity, or do you operate from that abundance mentality? And do you have a vision for yourself? I mean, I love that even our visions are kind of similar, because I jump on my mini trampoline every day, and, I'm the world's greatest happy hustler. I educate, inspire, and entertain over 100 million people every year with my content. And I blah, blah, blah. And I get into all my thing. And it's like, it's so true. If you have a vision, bigger than yourself, and you have a why, which is the fuel to your fire, the inevitable adversity will strike, but your why is what will allow you to persevere past that adversity. And I think the vision of someone like you having huge goals, 1 billion people, like that is a driver to just create, to show up as the best version of yourself. And eventually you reach a point in your journey as an entrepreneur or as a happy hustler where the money really, like, more doesn't matter, so you better have a strong enough why to keep fueling you as you do. Right.
When I was in my 20s, the money mattered. I measured myself by the money. And I would say it this way: money is a great companion, but a terrible solo artist. If we measure our life by our money, we're always going to find people that have more. And we're always going to find ways where we could have made more or could have done more. And it's a pretty vicious trap. But I think money's great. I really like it. I look at it a lot in my life now like air. There's plenty of it, so I don't really worry about it. But when you're suffocating, you start to think about it a whole bunch. And I've been in those moments,
Yeah,
In 2008,
as have I.
Yeah, I got over leveraged with real estate in 2008 and launched a book at the same time. And I felt like I had to go through my own crucible to figure out like what I was actually teaching and if it was real or not. And it was a painful experience, but it also gave me compassion. It also gave me permanent lessons. Instead of like being frustrated with it, I said, what can I learn from this? And what could other people learn because of what I've gone through? And I felt like it was a masterclass in 2008 that no college degree, no PhD, almost nothing else could have taught me, because I was in the pain and asked questions other people weren't asking. So look, I mean, I don't say any of this saying, oh yeah, well, look, I'm here in this place now, and so it's easy. It doesn't mean it's easy, but I'm also choosing a comedy career, which is not easy, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm complacent. I'm going, hey, I hit the Inc. 500, right? Paid contributor for Forbes and New York Times bestseller. What else will challenge the hell out of me? Comedy. Let's try that.
Stand up.
Let's do 15 cities while we're at it. Why not?
Yeah, in a pandemic.
In a pandemic. And I bought my house. I bought a new house and sold my old house a few weeks ago because I'm like, what else could I add stressor? I sold the company. You know, I just said, how can you have more life change in a very condensed, and talk about the happy hustle, like stay happy in that, right?
Want to master your money? Want to figure out the things that you could do to improve your finances? Click here and check out more videos like this on Money Matters.